Well, hey there. It's Mark Baird in Miami, Florida. Hey, thanks for stopping by and visiting me and checking out my video here. I've had the good fortune to be involved in the network marketing industry for over 23 years. Been very successful during that period of time. And I was exposed to the concept of online marketing and lead generation a couple of years ago. And I tell you what, when I saw the potential of what could be done, putting together a high volume lead generation system using the internet to tap into that massive amount of traffic that's out there on a daily basis searching, I was blown away. I mean, I was totally captured by the entire industry. And if you think about it, if you think about sheer numbers, I mean, where do people go today to look for just about everything? We don't go to the phone book anymore. What? We Google it. We put it into our browser and check out what's happening. And so the same thing today, when people are looking for opportunity, they're looking for jobs, they're not going to the newspapers anymore. They're going online. And so think of the potential of being able to actually utilize internet training and traffic to be able to generate leads for your MLM. Pretty interesting concept, huh? Think about this. There's 1.7 billion people online, 1.7 billion as of September of 2009. That's a huge amount of traffic, right? Can you imagine, for just a moment, being able to understand how to reach out there and tap just a fraction of that traffic, redirect it over to your company's webpage and recruit distributors? I mean, it's just sheer, pure numbers. You'd be able to bring in a lot of people, right? So the concept of generating leads online or online MLM marketing was very exciting to me from the very beginning, because that's how I achieved seven-figure status with my first company over 20 years ago, was a high volume lead generation system. Now at the time it was newspaper. I mean, that was right the technology of the time. Today it's online. So with all that power behind being able to reach out and tap into people on a worldwide basis and push a number of leads that most people can't even dream about, why are some people in network marketing, in the MLM industry, even seasoned veterans, why are they so against the concept? Well, I sat down, I was thinking about that the other day, and I was thinking about my own experience in diving into that particular marketplace. And actually, there are a couple, I think, pretty good reasons why they have the right to be nervous about that particular market. Two things, really. What happens with people in the upline? I mean, here, let's say that you decide to jump into online marketing and you're going to go learn how to generate leads online. You would think that your upline, who is going to pick up a piece of your check or your productivity, right, should be overjoyed, because online marketing is going to allow you to bring more people to the table, more distributors into your opportunity than you probably ever have before. Their check's going to increase. They should be overjoyed. They should be patting you on the back, going over there saying, get in there and study that stuff. But they're not, because quite frankly, they're afraid of it. Most people tend to fear what they don't understand. And most people who are in traditional MLM, that's 95% of the marketplace, don't have a clue on how the other 5% or 2 or 3% actually go out there and do that magic and generate leads. So, to them, it's a little bit of an annoyance. It's like, I don't want to really have to learn that stuff. I want my people to just stay on track and do what we know works, which is what? Chasing your warm market around and joining the NFL, which means no friends left club. So I was kind of in that position, because when I first was exposed to the concept of online marketing a couple of years ago, it was because a guy in my downline named Joe in Miami came by to visit me one day, dropped down a copy of this ebook called Magnetic Sponsoring, and said, this is really interesting stuff. You got to read this, because I'm going to do it. And it's like, I thought, great, just great. Really makes my Monday, right? A rebellious downline in my organization. The group's just starting to get off the ground. He's going to go off on some tangent. He doesn't know what he's doing. And now I'm going to have to learn what he's doing so I can tell him why it's not going to work. And so I dove into that book, read the whole thing. Fascinating read. I was totally captivated by the whole thing. And at the end I put down the book and I thought, I'm going to do this too. This is really cool. And so I dove into online marketing. But I feared it before I knew it. And so that's one reason people in your upline don't like the concept of MLM marketing. And if you go to get into it, they'll probably tell you, don't do that. That stuff doesn't work. Yeah, right. But the other reason is they fear a process called evolution. Now, I'm not talking about the standard evolution, right, to where, little tiny microorganisms become bigger ones and monkeys become men and all that good stuff. I'm talking about the evolution that occurs once somebody in the world of network marketing becomes exposed to the online marketing concept. There's a shift of perception that occurs, and this scares the devil out of people in your upline in MLM. And the evolution, it's really a shift of perception, right? Occurs because once you go out and you decide you're going to use online lead generation approaches, almost all the really effective systems use an attraction marketing model and what's called a funded proposal. So what you do is, normally in the world of MLM, what do? We go out and we showcase our company. It's called the direct approach. I call it the pit bull on the throat approach, right? We go out and we go, Bob, great opportunity. You got to check this out. It's the company beyond all companies. They have such good positioning. Their product is so incredible. And so we're branding the company and the opportunity as really the unique opportunity in the marketplace that's going to make it happen for us. Hitch your wagon to this. It's never going to occur again. You know the terminology if you've been in network marketing before. So we brand the company. However, when you get into the world of online lead generation, you learn that you want to brand yourself. You're never going to even discuss the name of the company. What you're going to do is you're going to do a two-step system. You're going to go out there and do a front-end sale to bring leads into your system by offering them the same training that you learned in how to generate leads online. Because most people, biggest problem they have is generating leads, right? Then the back-end product, the second step, is you're going to, once you have a relationship with them, they know you, they trust you, attraction marketing, then you're going to expose them to your MLM and say, I think this is the greatest deal around, and you're going to bring them into your deal, right? So because of that shift of perception, you take a step back from the pit bull on the throat approach, where you're always showcasing your company, right? And you become more like a marketing coach or consultant. And the people that really don't feel they have the skill level to be the marketing consultant, they go out and start online marketing, and they showcase the lead generation system as the answer to the problems of people in MLM. So they're showcasing the system. So the perception shifts from the company being up front to the company being back here. Now, also what happens because of this is that with these systems, they're all set up on what's called a funded proposal system, to where they actually generate a cash flow through your lead generation efforts, because there's a bunch of affiliate offers that are in there for training and marketing systems and different tools that are very valuable to people in the MLM industry. And so if somebody comes into your system, even if they don't join your opportunity, they may buy one of the trainings. They may buy and become one of the marketing people within your marketing system. You get a commission. And most of these systems have 8 or 9 or 10 or sometimes even more affiliate income streams built in. So here's what happens. You go out there and start marketing. Now, I know because it happened to me. You start marketing and you start lead generating. You take the step back. Now I'm a consultant. I'm talking to these people, a lot of nice people and a lot of nice MLMs. Get the relationships going. Heck, I recruited, I think, 68 people into my MLM in 5 months when I first started online marketing. But I started getting all these checks, right? And so every month, here are checks. I go out to my mailbox and there's like 5 or 6 checks about every week from the affiliates that I'm marketing their training programs and stuff. It's kind of a nice feeling. There's not a lot of money. You make a few thousand here and a few thousand there, but it's pretty nice. And so the shift of perception that starts occurring is, number one, you start realizing that, wow, the power isn't in the company, because I'm bringing these people into the marketing system, making them leads, becoming friends before they even know the name of my company. You realize all of a sudden that the power is in the marketing. You don't even have to showcase the company. Then the second shift that occurs is a big one. And one day, as you're sitting there opening up these checks and putting them down in a stack and going, wow, that's pretty cool, look at this, it hits you, the big aha moment. You go, good grief, my MLM is just another affiliate income stream. All of a sudden you realize you're getting all these checks for marketing all these products. Your MLM company, which you get a check from too, and in the beginning they're not very big either, right, is just another income stream to you. And all of a sudden you start measuring MLMs by an entirely different yardstick. They're no longer the huge opportunity that is destined to make it for everybody if we're only bright enough to hitch our wagon to the right one, right? The power's in the marketing. And if you know how to market, you can go out and you can build any company. Now, this is exactly what top producers or leaders, big leaders in the industry do. When they come into a company, the owners of the company are kind of overjoyed to have them join, but they're kind of a double-edged sword, because the big leaders, they have the power and they have the following. They know how to go out and generate huge organizations, right, through whatever methods they're using, and people tend to follow them, right, because the people have branded with them. And so if they don't like the direction a company's going, they can just as easily go to some other opportunity and take their whole downline with them. That's exactly the same kind of power that you generate once you understand internet marketing and the ability to go out there, tap into that flow, and bring large numbers of people into your list and hence into your MLM. So that evolution is a little bit dangerous because you know what? Uplines in the organization, they're leaders, right? They're leading their own army of foot soldiers in the war for financial independence. And there's nothing worse than trying to run an army with people that just say, I don't agree with you, I'm going this way, right? And so it makes you much more independent, and you've undergone this evolution to where now you start looking at MLM companies entirely differently. So too much of detail to go into here, but it's a fascinating read. You're going to want to read my complete blog post I did on this, because I give you some very good tips and ideas on the next steps you need to take if you want to get involved in this. So down below on the page here, check it out. You can click on the link and read the full blog post. And also, if it's not down there, you can just go to my blog, which is www.askmarkbarrett.com. That's AskMarkBarrett.com, and look for the blog post, Why Your Upline Hates Online Marketing. So I hope this information has been useful for you. It's a fascinating industry to become involved in, and if you're going to look to a future in the MLM industry, you got to do it the right way, high volume. So hey, if there's any grading down below here on the video site, give me a couple gold stars. Love that recognition, right? And we'll see you on the next video. Take care.